Hello, everyone. My name's Rebecca. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot, and thank you so much for stopping by. I'm going to get right into it. This is the Sagittarius reading. I haven't been doing readings in several months. I had to just really take a break to recharge, but I'm back now, and we are here with Sagittarius. My sun sign is Sagittarius, so you know I love reading for my Sagittarius brothers and sisters. So let's get right into it. This is going to be a 7-day outlook in love. And the day that my videos are published are the day that I have done the reading, right? So today is Monday. The video will be up today, June 14th. And it's a 7-day outlook because these messages are timeless. You might come back to some of my videos later on and they may still resonate for you. So, all right, Sagittarius, what is going on for you next 7 days? All right, Sagittarius, straight out, we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Cups. Wow, the Devil, Eight of Pentacles, work, Magician, King of Pentacles, Strength, the Star, wow, okay, Ace of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. At the bottom, we have Death. All right, Sagittarius. All right, you know, it's one of those, right? It's a love reading, but there's so much involved here. We have a lot of major arcana, 5 major arcana and an ace. And I would say we have more pentacles than we do cup cards, even though this is a love reading. So let me get right into it. At the bottom of the deck is transformation. You're going through a huge transformation right now, Sagittarius, right? Big changes. And big changes, and more than anything, people talk about death being the card for transformation. Death is the first step of transformation. It's not necessarily transformation entirely. Transformation is a process, and the first step of it, though, is death. So the old must die, decay, and wither away to make room for the new growth, to make room for the actual energy to transform. And so death is the first stage, but it's the most painful stage because it's the stage where we begin to say goodbye to things, and things begin to die. Relationships, examples, things like that. We don't talk about a real death in tarot with the death card, but we're talking about, you know, the ending of something. So let's get right into it, Sagittarius. Wheel of Fortune at the center, covered with a 4 of Cups. So Wheel of Fortune, there's a lot happening right now. There's a lot of activity in your life right now, Sagittarius. There are a lot of opportunities in your life right now. And it's really important that you don't take the first thing that comes your way. So 4 of Cups is covering that Wheel of Fortune energy. 4 of Cups is all about, you know, kind of like, no, you know, I'm good, right? It's a card that really can go both ways, right? It all depends on the situation. Sometimes that cup, that cup of love that comes out of nowhere is something that you need, right? But more often than not, as a reader, for me, 4 of Cups really always tends to represent this energy of saying, well, look, I'm not willing to take your cup of love. I've had these 3 before. I know what they are. It's a 4 card. I already have my own stability, and I'm not really prepared to make room for your cup unless I know what I'm getting with it, right? Comes out of nowhere. Sometimes the hand from the cloud is a divine, sort of presentation. Sometimes it can be representative of something coming out of nowhere with no substance and no foundation and no kind of like, and in this case with 4 of Cups, people coming to you, in particular Sagittarius, who offer you a cup of love, meaning friendship or some kind of engagement, some kind of engagement of the heart, but they bring nothing to the table to show you what you're getting with that. You know what I mean? What do I get with this? Is this going to be a healthy relationship? Am I going to get a lot of psychobabble? Am I going to get a lot of gaslight? Like, what am I going to get with this relationship? What are you bringing to this table? And so Four of Cups definitely is an energy where you're kind of like, I'm just not willing. Covering the energy of Wheel of Fortune, meaning that you have a lot of opportunities coming your way. And so be careful. Stay with this Four of Cups energy. Take the good opportunities, but when things are coming your way, especially right now, when the wheel is turning, so much is kind of flying at you, right? Possibilities, opportunities, many of them beautiful opportunities, but oftentimes the Wheel of Fortune is also throwing you one great opportunity in amongst everything else, right? And you have to really know how to discern that. And the best way to do that is to not necessarily jump on the first thing that comes in or the first sign of so-called amiability or amicability. Be sure that who you allow in, who you allow that cup of love into your life is bringing something to the table. Above, you have the Devil, and below you have Eight of Pentacles. So you're extremely creative right now. But you're testy, right? You're extremely creative. I want to say you want to play with fire right now, though, because the Devil is about playing with fire in a lot of ways. Okay? It's extremely creative, extremely passionate, sexual. Highly sexual, of course, right? But sexuality and creativity, they're all part of the same raw energy. And so oftentimes they come hand in hand, and this is really in your forefront in the next 7 days. In the back of your mind, it's work, work, work. All right, so this is a reading for a Sagittarius who is knuckling down. Whether you have been or not, you certainly will be over the next 7 days. It's all about getting back to work. Eight of Pentacles is like putting your nose to the grindstone. And so I want to say in love, this is affecting your love, right? This is a love reading, but this is kind of like what is in your focus this week. And so I want to say for some of you, when it comes to love, inviting love in, whether it be with a relationship, I want to say here maybe even a friendship, a close friendship, a bond. But you're kind of in the throes of something. This is a reading again for a Sagittarius who's kind of in the throes of something. And there's certainly, I would say you're single Sagittarius. Again, I did the fire signs today, and all the readings seem to me for someone who is a single, who's not necessarily married, with kids. However, because that Four of Cups, I feel like you've found your stability on your own, and maybe some walls are up. Four of Cups also represents walls being up, but oftentimes they're for a good reason. So this week is very much you about kind of like knuckling into your work, and bearing down on your work is going to help you to remain resilient in the face of these kind of like attentions that are coming your way that you're not really sure if you want. Coming from a period of the Magician, you have felt like the Magician, like you have just been full of magic because you have just felt so powerful, Sagittarius. Magician energy is things are just coming easy to you. Understandings come easy to you. You're able to sort of navigate life in a way that would make people feel like you are a magician, a priestess, a wizard, because you just have this flow. You know your talent. You know what you're good at, and you revel at being good at it. And even if you make a mistake, you kind of like, shrug it off. This is what I should have done. So the Magician is the highest card in the deck for talent and capability. And so you're coming out of this period. For some of you, maybe in work or your private life or just in general, just this air that you've been giving off. Certainly the energy that you've been feeling with inside yourself has been strong Magician energy. You're coming into a period of King of Pentacles. So again, the work ethic right now, for some of you, you may have fallen off. Okay, because this work ethic coming back almost feels, it doesn't feel frantic, but it almost feels like, look, I want to get back to the top. I want to get back to my king position. And that's the energy that you're kind of wanting to sort of embody, and you will be embodying over the next days. Going back to work for some of you is going to feel like getting back into your throne, because it's going to feel like, boom. For some of you, you've been working already for quite some time. and you're coming into it. In either case, you are definitely coming into a period of prosperity, reward, and mastery. King of Pentacles is all about mastery, being in charge, and certainly being in charge in such a way where you are successful, but you are also your own boss successful, right? King of Pentacles is the boss. So this is you really taking control of your success. Even if you work for somebody else, the King of Pentacles is also very much about taking control of your life and being in such a master of it that you have a strong material success. Sometimes it can also indicate just being very well known in your field and getting accolades for that. And again, for some of you, just being recognized at being the best at what it is you do. In either case, it feels to me like with this Eight of Pentacles and a Wheel of Fortune, for some of you, it is feeling like a coming back into that position after a period of maybe having fallen back. You come into the week with strength in the star. So strength is being strong, right? Being strong with your emotions and your passions, not letting your passions rule you. Not letting your emotions control you, but being the stronger half, right? Mastery, self-mastery. Again, the card for Leo. Leo being all about self-mastery. The lion animal spirit being all about self-mastery. Self-mastery is mastering things like pride and vanity and jealousy and wrath, you know. All of these things that oftentimes are considered sins, but these are emotions. They are not necessarily evil, but they should not rule you, right? And so strength is about incorporating those emotions, understanding those emotions, giving room for those emotions, being kind to yourself, but also being strong enough to put them where they belong and make the right decision from your head, right? Make the right decision from your soul. So the human here, I would say, the soul, the human soul sort of quelling the beast within. And that's the energy you're coming into this next 7 days with. It's a strong, literally a strong energy. And you're coming back with stars. So also kind of, I want to say for some of you, you're kind of star energy, it's like you're reinvigorating or you're re-sparking your ambition and your dreams, right? Maybe some of you have given up on dreams for a little while. It's been such a tough time. I'm going to say this last year. It's been very tough for everyone all over the world. I mean, there's no doubt about it, right? There was a pandemic, which means there was a global sickness that affected every single country. We're just coming out of it. So a lot of my readings, I want to say, Sagittarius, it seems like, and I too had to take a break from doing readings and get recharged because we're all going through it. And coming back to these readings, it just feels to me like a lot of you are also going through that period now where you're trying to re-engage with your dreams. You sort of get your dreams reignited. You may have felt a little bit of despair, a little bit of panic, but the star and strength, you're getting your strength back, but you're also getting your ambition back. You're getting your dreams back. You're tapping back into your dream energy. And this is what you're going to be going through this week. And so again, although this is a love reading, it could be for some of you in the area of love that, again, this is what is coming through. Your ambition for your love, your strength, right? Strength, Four of Cups, strength card, right? Don't give in to passions, right? Being strong, knowing when to say yes, when to say no. But at the same time, also opening yourself up again for your dreams and for your sort of your ultimate goals in life, right? Your desires, your dreams, your ambitions. What do you fear the most, right? What are you worried about the most? Ace of Pentacles. Well, Ace of Pentacles, you're worried. I'm going to say for some of you, you're going to be worried that you don't get the opportunity, right? Ace of Pentacles, of course, is a great, beautiful new opportunity. So why would that be in that position? Some of you are worried that the opportunity isn't going to come your way. You fear that the financial opportunities are not going to come your way that were there before, that for some reason it's just not going to work out for you. But don't forget, you are Sagittarius, right? You are the one who works for it. These things don't, again, if I speak back to Wheel of Fortune, sometimes Sagittarius feels like the things that they get is just pure luck. But it's also, you bring the luck to you, right? It's all relative. You bring it in. It's not just some forces that work outside of you. And although Wheel of Fortune is turning, and it feels like, you know, oh, am I lucky? Am I not lucky? A lot of this is down to your mindset, how much you're willing to work. Eight of Pentacles, right? and how much you're willing to continue with that magician energy also, and remembering that you are the magician. It is you who brings the luck to you by virtue of who you are, by virtue of your fire, your spirit. You're willing to work, and that is where your innate luck, Jupiter ruling Sagittarius, comes from. Your outlook, your spirit. Ultimately, this end of the week, what comes for you? 8 of Cups. Some of you are going to be walking away from relationships that no longer suit you. Again, 4 of Cups energy. Realizing that people are like trying to like get with you, be your friend, this, that, and the third, who aren't really bringing anything to the table. Some of you are going to realize that people you've been connected with, or a relationship you have been in, it's just no longer for you. Again, this speaks to a Sagittarius who, if you are involved with someone, I say it was single, but if you are involved with someone, you're kind of maybe on the way out already. Because by the end of the week, 8 of Cups, you've come to the position, right? You've come to the notion that enough is enough, right? I'm not getting anything out of this relationship. I've put too much into it, and I have something else to do. Devil, Wheel of Fortune, and this work, this desire for your prosperity to come back. And then we have death here. For some of you, Sagittarius, you will be leaving either a relationship or a way of dealing with people behind that has also held your prosperity behind. For the sake of your prosperity, okay? For the sake of your prosperity and coming back into work, or continuing the work you're doing, right? So for you, this is a reading for a Sagittarius who's lackluster, I want to say, relationships, 10 cup relationships with people who don't give as much as you do. You have poured too much into them, and now this is a period of big transformation. Over the next 7 days, you're going to be saying goodbye to a lot of that. Death is coming in. It's going to be the dying of a lot of that. At the same time, there is going to be new opportunity that comes your way. And just because Ace of Pentacles is what you fear, it doesn't mean that it is not coming your way. King of Pentacles energy is coming in. Devil energy, again, one of the strongest sort of material major arcana cards. Sex, prosperity, creativity, wealth also, right? Sometimes the devil, we can be a slave to our passions, but I think in this situation, we're talking about that sort of archetypal energy of just wanting to bust out and be creative and make the money and be successful and not be a slave to that, but to do it in a very sort of hugely spiritually creative way after a period of being subdued. A period of sort of maybe having lost, fallen back. Also maybe a period of giving much more into relationships than giving into your creativity and your drive here. All right. What shall I do? Shall I pull an animal spirit for you? I want to pull a charm for Sagittarius first. Let me pull a charm. I just pulled out just a little stud, a little diamond stud. There are a lot of different charms I have in there. But this is a little diamond stud, and this is to remind you of a prosperous time. All of those charms in there mean certain things to me. I've had them for a very long time, and this little diamond stud for you, Sagittarius, it really speaks to, don't forget that the amount of times that you have built something from nothing, the amount of times that you have literally made diamonds from coal, and you can do it again. This is an omen charm that I've pulled for you, that I'm going to put it right here, that I've pulled for you, that basically is for those Sagittarius out there to remember and to remind you that you have done this before. You have been the king before. You have made money before. And often also, I'm going to say for some of you to remember that, yes, it was the shallow relationships or the waste of energy that you've put into relationships that's held you back. Interesting. It's very interesting that diamond stud, that is a real diamond stud. It's not just like a stud. It's, so it really speaks to how resilient you are, how strong you are, and how much, I want to say, beautiful sort of prosperity comes into your life when you put the effort in. Don't forget, for some of you, you may have forgotten, or it may have been some period of time. Show me Sagittarius over the next 7 days. Show me. Your animal spirit. The octopus. All right. right? So the octopus is to remind you, don't be all things to all people. Let me pull another one. And the lion, there we go, self-mastery. So it's all about self-mastery, fire and water. Fire and water, guys. Sagittarius. The octopus gets into a lot of jacked up relationships. He gets involved in things that's none of his business. Some of you may be dealing with an octopus energy person. Someone who's just an energy sucker. They're always in your business or in everybody else's business. Watch out for that person. Make sure you don't get yourself involved in that energy. If you are feeling that energy, I'm not sure that's you, Sagittarius. It could be that this is the energy you want to watch out for with 4 of Cups, or it could be that this is the energy that you're getting away from with this 8 of Cups. Remember, I want to say fire, animal, spirit, lion is you, Sagittarius, really talking about self-mastery for you and following the path. And no matter how much the rest of the world does not understand you, many times people don't understand the lion. He looks aloof. He looks prideful. He looks, you know what I mean? He just looks like he's full of himself. But the truth of the matter is that he's just so focused on his path. And anything that gets in the way of his path is just uninteresting to him. And so he comes across aloof to people. He comes across uncaring. But it's simply because he just doesn't have the time or energy to suffer fools lightly. He doesn't have the time or energy to just really deal with anything that isn't on his path of mastering himself. He doesn't want to give in to Strength card, to the passions, right? To those animalistic urges, and also the passions and animalistic sort of, I want to say, carnal sort of feelings and emotions that people bring out in you. Jealousy and sort of, which aren't really animalistic because animals don't feel that, but they're baser, right? They're more bestial, they're more base, they're more sort of unthought through, right? And so feelings are just, knee-jerk reactions, anger, all of that is what you fight against when you do self-mastery. And so the lion talks about that. This is a strong week for you, Sagittarius. Everything's going to change, but money is coming in. Prosperity is coming in, I want to say, right? Not just money, but prosperity. Success is coming in. And old relationships that have been really sapping your energy are going out. All right. I love you so much, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for coming to this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some clarity out of it. If you're a regular on my channel, thank you for sticking with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I will be back with regular videos. Today has been Fire Sign Day. Tomorrow will be Earth Sign Day, and I'll be doing Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. But for right now, guys, have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye-bye now.